Hey witches, how you doing today? We are back with another video. It's been a while since we've checked in on my other activities, namely my guild and the courses that I teach through there. And I don't know, I just thought you might be interested, as any of you out there in YouTube land are welcome to come and participate. The classes are open to anybody, anywhere. So yeah, I just thought I'd give you a quick update about what's going on with all that. So for those of you who are new around here, my name is Taya. Welcome to the channel. We talk about all things witchcraft. And for those of you who are returning viewers, maybe coming in from another video, welcome back and thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate it. And all of you, please consider subscribing. It's a really great way to help us build the channel. So, speaking of building things, last August, I started building a guild here in Edmonton, Alberta. It's called the Edmonton Traditional Witchcrafters Guild, and there is actually a link in the description below to check out the video where I sort of announce the guild and what we're all about and what we're doing, so I won't go through all that, but I thought maybe it was time to give a little bit of an update. I don't update here very often about it, maybe a couple times a year, because I know that's not what you guys are here for. You're not here for marketing about my classes, but I just thought, you know, there's some overlap there because I do teach courses that are available to anyone, anywhere. So listen, if you are interested in keeping up with what's going on with this guild and the classes that I teach, you are welcome to come and join the Facebook group. It's linked in the description below, and that is open to everybody, guild members, not guild members, to come and join. And then whenever there's a new class announcement, that kind of thing, you'll be able to see it sort of as it's happening, instead of waiting here for a video that only is going to come maybe a couple times a year. So yeah, like I said, there's some overlap because I know that, you know, you guys are interested in witchcraft and I teach witchcraft. So it seemed like a good idea to sort of come on here and share with you guys. Basically, the courses that I teach are online courses through Zoom. So they're publicly available to anyone, anywhere. The one I do every month, it's a free introduction to traditional witchcraft class, and I do it every month, and it's sort of my public outreach, if you will, and you guys are welcome to come on and join that anytime. There is one tonight, so if you are watching this video when it's posted, which is Wednesday, February 23rd, just go to etwguild.com and then go to the classes tab. And the first listing under classes is that free introduction to traditional witchcraft. And so there's still time to get on that class for tonight. If you miss it, our next one will be on March 30th. Same registration process. You just go and click on register here and it pops up a little Zoom screen where you just put in your first and last name and your email address, and it sends you the link to get onto that free course with me. So again, that's tonight at 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time or on March 30th. We do one at the end of every single month. Now, when it comes to teaching, my specialty is excuse me, is customizing your witchcraft practice. There's like so much information floating around out there, but I find a lot of it is just very generic. And how do you take all of this very generic information and incorporate it into your own personal practice? So I've developed as kind of so far like a 5-course series. Now, the first 2 courses we actually offered January and February. So again, these aren't up for offer right now, but they will be coming back again. The first one is Practice Foundations, and it's about building a witchcraft practice that resonates and is authentic to you and sort of your interests, maybe your ancestry, that, you know, you've planned out when are you going to practice. Excuse me, the seasons of your practice, if you will. Does it, you know, that it complies with your own ethics, that, you know, just building a really, yeah, a custom practice that is sort of your very own. And then, excuse me, I got a frog in my throat. And then coming out of that class, there is a section on seasons, and we really have a class coming out of it called Wheel of the Year, where we create a custom Wheel of the Year for you. So throughout the class, you have a template that you'll fill in as you go with important dates and things, and we go through all the different details that you might want to include in your personal Wheel of the Year. So now those two classes, Practice Foundations and Wheel of the Year, were offered January and February. So they will come up again. If you're interested in them and you sort of want to know when they're offered, come and join that Facebook group, and you'll see when they're posted there that they're available again. It'll probably be end of the summer into the fall. And then we have 3 brand new classes that are coming up. So the first one is Spellcraft Basics. So, you know, you see all these spells online, and I don't know if you've ever done this, and you just sort of pull one off Pinterest, or you pull one out of a book and you go and do it, and it just sort of flops. Or, I mean, it's okay, but it's not that great. And it's really about how to build from scratch, or how to take and customize an existing spell to your personal practice, to customize it to yourself as the practitioner, to your intentions, to your needs, and to the location that you're in. And so, yeah, that's a little bit about our Spellcraft Basics class. That's going to be offered on March 23rd. The next class is Witchcraft Records. And we are going to talk, we're going to go a little bit into the traditions of like keeping a grimoire or a book of shadows, and where do those names come from, and what do they mean, and how do you do it, and what kind of records should you be keeping? Not just Book of Shadow records, but what are other like records and things that you want to be keeping in your practice that are going to serve value to you in the years to come. I find a lot of times what happens is we end up going, oh, I'm going to build an awesome Book of Shadows, and we go and we print out a bunch of stuff online, right? We just go and find everybody's Book of Shadow pages and print them out and stick them in a book, and we're like, sweet. But does that really resonate with you and your practice? 10 years from now, when you look back, is that what you want to see? Is just a bunch of shit you printed off the internet? Excuse my language. Or do you want to see the stuff that, like, what were you doing? What were you thinking? And then how do you capture that information? So we're going to talk about that in Witchcraft Records. That is available on April 20th. And then the next class for May 18th is Adapting Folklore. And it's a little bit about exactly that. How do you adapt folklore? Whether it's a recipe, a charm, a chant, an incantation, a children's story, a story from mythology. How do you take that and actually take that folklore and adapt it and integrate it into your practice to create something meaningful? A lot of the folklore we work with is from Witchcraft Records, which are sort of, hey, here's what I did as a witch, and here's people talking about what they did as witches. So that's kind of straightforward. But there's this whole other body of folklore, and how do you work with that and incorporate it into your practice? So we're going to talk about that, and that will be May 18th. So there's lots of other like fun perks and offerings for members. So basically all those courses are available publicly. You are welcome to just come as a public person and take those courses. Now, you have the option to purchase a guild membership. It works out to $2 a month, so it's $24 for a 1-year membership. And you get a bunch of other perks. The first big one is you get 10% off all of your courses and classes. Okay, and then we do like a fun Zoom meet and greet every month. We're actually going to be incorporating some in-person coffee meetups starting in March if you're here in the Edmonton area. And we have a free book club that we do. So probably every month and a half to 2 months, we do, like every second month, we'll do a book for our book club, and that's free for members. So starting March 3rd is our next round of book club, and we are reading The Horned God of the Witches by Jason Mankey. And so yeah, if that's something that interests you and you want to take some classes, it might be worth taking out a membership. It's only $24, so like about $2 a month. And coming up, we also are in development to do some tarot classes. We're going to have some foraging classes over the summer. Lots of things are sort of in the works. Oh, we have like a field trip coming up in April. We're going to go look at some labyrinths here in Edmonton, Alberta. So there's all kinds of sort of interesting things going on. But even if you're not local here, I think there's enough online that it might be worth your interest in getting involved. It's up to you. We do have members from all over the world. We have a couple members in Australia. We have a member from the UK, we have a couple people from the States, and then a lot of people sort of from in and around Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. So yeah, there's room for everybody. And yeah, I just think it's sort of exciting. So that's what's going on with me right now. If you're interested in any of those classes, please go to etwguild.com. Link is in the description below. And you go to classes, and there's a listing there of everything that's kind of coming up that's publicly available. And yeah, just check it out, see what resonates. I'd love to see some of you in our classes. So that's all I've got for you today. That's our video. Thank you so much for hanging out. And yeah, hopefully we'll see some of you maybe on the free class tonight, or maybe in some of our upcoming classes. Yeah, it would just be really cool to hang out and connect with you all. All right. Mwah. Thanks so much, you guys. We'll catch you in the next one.